Hello. Yes, we come to this question. It says, consider the equilibrium below. This is the equilibrium. Temperature was decreased on the system. Okay. State what happens to the concentration of sulfur dioxide, oxygen, and sulfur trioxide. Okay, how do you go about that? Now, the best approach to this one involves rewriting the equilibrium. So we can say it is 2 sulfur dioxide plus oxygen, giving you 2 sulfur trioxide. Enthalpy change is less than 0. Okay, I need to remind you that when we are predicting temperature, we use the enthalpy change or heat of reaction. Okay, and you need to know that whatever you have here, remember less than 0 is exothermic. Whatever you have here is for the forward. So the implication is that forward is exothermic. And what does that mean? That reverse is endothermic. Okay, that is it. Then from there comes Le Chatelier. What does he say? He says that decrease in temperature, because we are dealing with decrease in temperature. Decrease in temperature favors the direction which increase temperature or which release heat. And that direction is exothermic. So you need to know that exothermic is favored by decrease in temperature. Okay, so that is it. But we know that exothermic is forward. What does forward mean? It means that our reactants, the sulfur dioxide and oxygen, are going to react to give us sulfur trioxide. Yeah. And the answers are here. So what do we have to say? Okay, for sulfur dioxide, we see decreases. So the answer is decrease. For oxygen, it decreases. So the answer is decrease. And for sulfur trioxide, it increases. Yeah, that is that. Yeah, then comes this question. It says, state what happens to position of equilibrium, enthalpy change, the equilibrium constant, the rate of reaction, the yield of sulfur trioxide. Okay, let us answer the position. So what do we have? You have 2 sulfur dioxide plus oxygen, giving you 2 sulfur trioxide, and enthalpy change is less than 0. Okay. Then we need to be reminded that for temperature, we use the heat of reaction for prediction. And what we have here is for the forward. What does that mean? That forward is this. Remember, less than 0 implies exothermic. So means that forward is exo. And what does that mean? Reverse is endo. Exothermic, endothermic. Okay, from here, what do? We go to Le Chatelier. What does he say? He says that decrease in temperature favors the direction which releases heat, and that direction is exo. So which means exo is going to be favored, and exo is forward. So what does forward mean? It means that sulfur dioxide reacts with oxygen to give you sulfur trioxide. And they are looking for the position. Position was the forward. So answer here is forward. Yeah, that is it. Forward is favored. Let's go to enthalpy change. Enthalpy change remains unchanged. Why? Because we have the same products and the same reactants. So that is it. Then we come to equilibrium constant. What happens to equilibrium constant when we decrease temperature? Here, we need to know that if you have endo and exo, for endo, what do we know? We know that increase in temperature increase Kc, okay, and decrease in temperature decrease Kc. Okay, for exo, the exchange increase in temperature decrease Kc, and decrease in temperature increase Kc. Yes, so when you reach here, what are we seeing? We are seeing decrease in temperature. Okay, and the reaction is what? Is exo. So we are going to decide, and we are picking this. The reaction is exo, and it involves decrease in temperature. So what will happen to our Kc? It will increase. Yeah, then we come to this one, rate of reaction. What happens to the rate of reaction? Okay, here you need to know that temperature happens to be one of the factors which affect rate of reaction. It happens to be one of the 6 factors. And how does it behave? Increase in temperature increases rate of reaction, and the decrease in temperature decreases rate of reaction. So what do we have here? We are decreasing temperature. So what will happen to the rate? It will decrease. Then lastly, we come to the yield. To predict yield, you have to go back to our equilibrium. What did we say? We said that decrease in temperature favors exo, according to Le Chatelier, and exo is forward. So the direction which is going to be favored is forward. So if forward is favored, how does it affect the yield? We are seeing it here. It will increase. And with that, I would like to Thank you for your time. The channel is PSSB, Physical Sciences Silver Bullet, with me, Richard, here. We urge you to subscribe, to comment, to like, to share. And we need also to remind you that Physical Sciences Silver Bullet, PSSB, is a YouTube science channel specializing in physical sciences, grade 12, 11, and 10, and natural sciences, grade 8 and 9. And we need also to remind you that because of the scope of this channel, we advise you that when you're using our channel, you go straight to playlist. Don't go to videos. Go to playlist and look for the material of your level. Grade 8 and 9 is there. Each one has a tile. Natural sciences grade 8, natural sciences grade 9. For grade 11 and grade 10, each one is a tile. Physical sciences grade 10 or physical sciences grade 11. For grade 12, each chapter is presented as a tile. So just look for the chapter of your choice, and there you are. Our advice to you is that please, we don't want you to regret. Make sure that you watch all our videos so that you don't regret at the end of the year. We believe we are the best, and they will live by that. See you next time. Bye-bye.